Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air.
Love may be in the air on the canal, but it's not the cute love seen on greetings cards at this time of year. And it's also pretty noisy.
The calls they make might not be quite attractive to us, but obviously it's really important when they find a mate that they make sure it's the right species. And obviously they can do that by having a look, making sure they look right, but also they check that their calls are right.
But what do people who live here make of the birds?
The geese can be very noisy. I find myself not being able to sleep later than 6 o'clock most mornings. I'm woken up by the geese.
With more floods going up, is it right for people to complain about the amorous sounds?
No, I don't think so. Obviously it's wonderful that you can see wildlife just outside your window.
The preening wildfowl are even popular at the local hotel.
I mean, you do get the odd customer that complains that the ducks have woken them up like 5 o'clock in the morning, but you know, on the whole, guests really love the canal.
So this year, instead of the usual chocolates and flowers, why not try honking at your loved one instead? Leaflets being prepared by Birmingham City Centre Forum, local information for local people, but delivering them to city centre apartments is difficult.
Most of the properties in which people live these days are big, often gated developments with security gates, and that means that an ordinary individual turning up to try and deliver leaflets cannot get through them.
Around 12,000 people live in the city centre. Another 1,000 flats are being built. Out on the streets, the difficulties become clear.
Well, the problem is that I thought I knew what the pass key was, but it doesn't work anymore. So I guess they've changed it.
Residents say they don't want junk mail, but do want to be told about local issues.
There needs to be work done to try and outreach to people living in the sort of new secure developments like this one. We know everyone's name because they're on the electoral register. Why can't we write to them?
But that's expensive. Councillors did pay to post details of the latest council meeting, something smaller groups like David's can't afford.
We are starting to wonder whether we might use the Royal Mail's bulk delivery service, but it is expensive, and neighbourhood forums have very limited funds to use for such things.
As more flats are built, it seems security is going to continue locking out those trying to build community spirit in the heart of the city. Whilst there's no shortage of support for England in the West Midlands, I thought I'd see if I could find any extra luck for the team as they head for the next stage of the World Cup. First stop is the stables to look for horseshoes. So, got any spare?
They just go for scrap nowadays. It's an old thing. People don't put them over the top of their thresholds or the front doors anymore.
How about a rabbit's foot then?
You've gone off again?
Maybe not. But what this garden in Shirley does have is 4-leaf clovers.
I was just running up and down the garden and I just thought, I'm going to have a look in the clover patch for little bugs. And I thought, oh, this is a 4-leaf clover. And then I ran in the house and said, Mummy, I found a 4-leaf clover. And I just picked it, and then 5 minutes later I came in with 11 more.
In the first week we found 80, and then by the second week we'd found 140, and we've now found in excess of 170.
Each leaf means something different, and it's their rarity that makes them lucky. So have they brought luck for Olivia?
No, not very much. But I think it's brought us luck for the wackiest haircut.
That was your guinea pig, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Clovers may not have brought the Bowery family any luck, but they have brought money for charity. And there's even some spare for Sven.
Come on, England!
Max really knows how to relax. He's here at the vets in Studley for the latest in animal alternative therapies. Along with celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow and Kate Moss, he knows how to chill out.
You just had a little bit of tension now, you've got a little bit of click here.
Myself, I usually use it mainly for muscular problems or pain relief. I have used it for stress in cats. I've used it for problems with horses that were rubbing and had a recurrence problem when it was riding, sneezing and things. So it's been odd little things, but 90% of my work's done in recovering of orthopaedic surgery.
And owner Sheila seems to be impressed.
He can now walk reasonably well. Obviously he can't go great distances, but it's enough that he can get some exercise. That's the difference, rather than that he's confined to the house.
With the last pin out, Max is ready for home. But with more and more owners trying acupuncture, he's not the only dog to have tried it.
I was quite prepared to have him put to sleep because I didn't want to see him suffering the pain he was suffering and being as depressed as he was. And being a small dog and 10 and a half, I actually thought his lifespan was finished, and it wasn't fair to make him suffer any longer. But I'm very glad that I took her advice, because he's now running around like a pup chasing toys.
But it's all too much for some. Fraser finds it so relaxing, it literally sends him to sleep.